For museums like ours that use relatively modestly sized spaces for gatherings, how should we be using the seats, spacing them out, not using them at all? What are your thoughts, Stan?
An ideal approach is to retain 6-foot distancing between individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And one can actually maximize the utility of a space like this with a certain sort of cross-hatch seating arrangement. So if one takes every other seat and moves it up, sort of like this, you'll find that you typically can get approximately 1 extra row in a room. So that'll just get you another 4 or 3 people in the room. So if that's not important, you don't have to go to make a big fuss. But since these are so easily moved,
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking it up with 2 fingers. You can simply remove them and put them into storage and have the number of seats that you believe will be safe. And this can actually be measured. You can simply measure head to head, and if you can manage 6 feet, just move this chair over a bit, then you're maximizing safety in your audience.
And then would we be okay to put, if we know that a couple is coming, for instance?
Yes,
those
it would
2
be.
chairs there,
Yes,
and this couple here.
if you have
and
a
this
couple or
over
a
here.
family, they're living
Right.
together, you can have clusters.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a little more organization, but I think with a little bit of advanced planning, one can do that. So then you've clustered several seats, and you can probably end up with 5 or 6 more seats in the group at that time.
So if there's a situation where, for instance, something we typically do is we seek reservations in advance anyway for
There
our
you go.
programs so that we can be sure that we are accommodating the right
Yeah.
number of visitors. In a case like that, we could continue doing our reservation system as we typically do, asking how many are in the party, and
That's
then
right.
can plan the seating accordingly.
The how many in the party is quite helpful. Now, it's tricky when they say there are 5 people in the party, but they are not in fact living together, and they are in fact socially distancing when they're coming together.
So asking
And you
about
don't want
how
to
many in
cluster
the
them.
household. Yeah.
So you have to say, how many in your party, how many would like to sit together because you are in one family or social group?
Got it.
And that way you'll say, well, there are 5 of us, and 4 of us want to sit together, but grandma, who we're so physically distancing from, wants to sit distance. So
That's great to
it's
know.
tricky, but it's doable.
And then we should all be wearing masks at the same time.
Oh, yes,
Right?
I think mask use indoors is de rigueur. That's part of why Connecticut is doing so well.